three, let me speak about the radical left. You and I have both been parts of faculties.
Listen, y'all need to stop being afraid of people who can be murked by the sun. You need to destroy them when they're spewing hatred, bigotry, and supremacy based on a fiction. These people literally need to be committed to an institution with white walls and white beds and white floors and people wearing white, just so they'll feel comfortable. Because as for the rest of us, we like our multicultural life. We like the fact that most of us, or some of us like myself, are composed of such a mixed array of DNA from different countries that it's lovely just to exist, to know that my genetics have persisted this long, to create a person who is the integration of the lives of so many. But people like this don't make me afraid. In fact, they're the ones that are afraid, because there are so many of us who have been reduced to not really giving a care. Not giving a care from the standpoint of, you think you make us afraid because you're saying, oh, we're going to spill your blood. You're already spilling our blood, taking our rights, demeaning the women amongst us and the girls amongst us, deteriorating the men amongst us. What do you think is going to happen? Yes, you have bombs, you have nukes, you have guns, you have bullets, but you don't have enough. You don't have enough people in order to police and to overcome all of us. That's what you're afraid of. So you're trying to use fear to fight your fear. You're trying to threaten us in order to annihilate what you perceive as a threat. And it's just not gonna work. For some of you, the threat of annihilation, the threat of having your rights taken away, like, this is all new. Okay? So for people of color, it's just another day under the sun. So what I'm going to ask you all to do is to make friends with people of color. And I'm talking about of the deeper, the darkest, the most come talk to me. Come talk to the people who've had to survive in the South, where you go build your home in the country. Our family still owns this property till this day. You go build your home away from the people who can be murked by the sun because they're crazy. Literally just insane. They live their lives based on a fiction. And this fiction is deteriorating, and they're going to continue to fracture. And they create racist, terrorist organizations like the Heritage Foundation. Some of you don't have enough of a grasp of history to understand what people of color had to overcome in this nation and are still trying to overcome, because people who can be murked by the sun are still trying to murk us. You need to study our history, because before they ban it outright, it's going to be a roadmap for you. It's also going to be a roadmap for the Palestinians. It's not because black people are superior to you all, but it is a roadmap to your freedom. And it's a roadmap to taking back your country. They're going to bring out the skunk water. They're going to bring out the brutality. They're going to kill as many as possible. They'll start doing public executions. They're going to do it anyway. Complying, they're going to do it anyway. So I need you all to stop being manipulated by the news, because this is what this is. Oh my God, we're so afraid. I've got to do a reaction vote. I can't think about what I'm doing. I've just got to react out of fear. Stop letting fear rule you. That's what they use, man. They have decided that the people without the billions and the millions are so dumb that they cannot think for themselves and aren't going to look at that ballot, aren't going to prepare to go into that voting booth. And really, if they can make them afraid enough, they're not going to vote at all. We know you don't exist. Republican, Democrat, none of you, the politicians, exist for us. You pretend to be, because we live in a country that runs on plantation logic. They propagandize, they brainwash, they lie, and they tell you America's the good place. America's the good place. And then they give you they put knowledge that you actually need behind paywalls. You got to buy the books. You got to find the people. You got to find people who aren't in such competition with you that they will share their knowledge. People like me. Stay on my channel. Ask me some questions. I'll help you as I can when I can. But they do this to Americans. This is Western society, and they pretend you actually have a choice. Yet they herd you like sheep into a pathway to where you're either going left or you're going right. Either way, you're moving in a direction they want you to move. You're going to go to the slaughter. They send your children off to war. They come back in body bags. And that's the way it's done, because the rich people cannot be bothered to fight the wars that they trigger. Y'all got to stop being led by fear. What's coming is coming regardless. So you can learn how to fight in the rain and the pour of arrows, in the crazy words and the bombs and all of that. You can learn how to fight in the midst of that. Or you can say, I give up. I'll do whatever you say. And then they're going to brutalize you anyway. Y'all need to start. You need to pick up. You need to go on here on TikTok and use your free resource. And you need to remember that fear is the mind killer. I teach my children, and maybe this is the black thing, I don't know. I think it's a people of color thing. Like, fear is something that helps you to survive that lion coming at you, all that anxiety, that lion coming at you, that's thousands of years in your DNA. When you feel fear, you need to start moving. You need to take a breath, and you need to begin to move. Many of you right now, I mean, you're all on social media, you're doom scrolling, think the world is coming to an end. And if it's going to come to an end, it comes to an end, but that's going to be an end to your misery. So why are you afraid? You should be laughing and enjoying yourself and finding you some food and finding you a bit of peace and finding you a bit of enjoyment. Because the news and this news outlet is like the rest of them is just as bad. I know I sound like an old person. I am an old person. But what I want to do is to help to comfort those who are younger. I need you to go, and you need to go find you some black women. And you need to go find you some older ones. Go find you some from the South. Go find you someone as well educated as myself. And you need to sit and bask in the wisdom and understanding and the computational power that we have to help you to understand that for some of us, what we're looking at right now is just more of everything that we've seen. And so there isn't really reason to be afraid. Because what? They're going to take your life. They're going to lynch you. They're going to destroy you. They're going to torture you. They're going to take away your rights. They're going to forcibly breed you. Same old day, just a different set of people, or a different age group. A different year in which they're saying and doing the same thing. Now, are y'all ready to fight white supremacy? Because this is what this, oh God, it's TikTok. You gotta manage what you're about to say. But this person is playing a dual role. It's a manipulation tactic in both ways. They are telling you, because the only reason why the Heritage Foundation is doing what they're doing, not due to saying what he's saying, is because he plays a purpose. You need to understand that the game being played is not complicated. It's not like a super difficult chess match that's hard to make out. What for the younger ones is that they don't see the patterns. That's why you again find somebody like me with pattern recognition. I kid you not. What they're doing right now, the vulture class, the parasite class, and the pawns of those oppressors, they're just doing the same thing they've already done, except you can see it now because you have social media. Because they were so greedy that they had to create a 24-hour news cycle. You can see it now. Now you can fight it. Stop thinking that the world is ending. Stop waiting for the rapture. You need to stand up and fight, because now is the moment of your glory. Each and every one of you in your own little way, you are the solution to this. Stop thinking that it's just going to end because of voting. I need y'all to understand that these people have come up with a list of scenarios that they've been game playing, in their little fantasies, on their little OnlyFans sites. And they've been role playing this nonsense. And they're ready for you. So stop thinking that voting is the answer to all of this. And begin to fight, because let me just give you the tip of all tips. Because these people continue to repeat themselves, because they're too lazy and too inept and too mediocre to come up with something truly diabolically creative, go to history. They're just about to repeat it.